Hello everyone, welcome back to Popcorn in Bed. Thank you as always for being here. Just this morning we hit 150,000 subscribers. I am so grateful and feel so undeserving. Never would I have imagined that we would have hit 50, let alone 100, and now 150. I'm just so grateful to you, so thank you for subscribing and liking and being on the Patreon. You guys are all the very best. I'm excited to watch Rear Window tonight. This was the YouTube bracket winner from the Classic Conference and ended up being third place overall. And I've been wanting to watch this for a long time, ever since I watched Psycho and actually really enjoyed it. I'm excited about this one. I know that Hitchcock loves his suspense and he does it very artfully. I watched a little documentary on him after watching Psycho and it was so interesting. He was a super special director, it seemed like, and mind and person. I don't think this one's in black and white like Psycho was. I have heard suspenseful but not like disturbing or scary, which I hope is true because it's December and I don't want to watch a scary movie in December, even though I did watch Predator. Need more Christmas movies, but like I said, I've been wanting to watch this one forever, so I'm excited, and let's get started. Alfred Hitchcock's Rear Window. Grace Kelly. I can't put a face to that name, but I know she's famous. Why are red vines so good? You know, I am mad at myself for thinking less and not liking old movies before, because even just this music and this style is already making me excited, and there's a special feel to them that you can't recreate, and I don't know. I think this is gonna be good. There's a guy sleeping on the balcony. This sounds like happy music, not suspenseful. Oh. What in the world? Does she know she's on display? So he's wheelchair bound. I wonder.
Jeffries?
Congratulations, Jeff.
For what?
For getting rid of that cast.
Next Wednesday, I emerge from this plaster cocoon.
He's kind of handsome, but I hope I don't regret saying that like I did with Norman Bates.
Cashmere. The place is about to go up in smoke.
Okay, when do I leave?
You don't. You're too valuable to the magazine for us to play around with.
Is she a dancer or just a normal girl that eats and dances?
You've got to get me out of here. 6 weeks with nothing to do but look out the window at the neighbors. I'm going to do something drastic.
Like what?
I'm going to get married, and then I'll never be able to go anywhere. Can't you just see me rushing home to a hot apartment, a nagging wife?
Wives don't nag anymore. They discuss.
Wives don't nag anymore. It's out of style to nag. We just discuss now. Oh boy. That does look satisfying. Is this just for movie purposes, or is everything in this neighborhood, well, neighborhoods like this, really that open?
Giving them far too much water.
Oh, why don't you shut up?
New York state sentence for a peeping Tom is 6 months in the workhouse. You got no windows in the workhouse. See if you can break 100. I should have been a gypsy fortune teller instead of an insurance company nurse. Market crash in 29, I predicted that. I was nursing a director of General Motors. When General Motors has to go to the bathroom 10 times a day, the whole country's ready to let go.
A kidney ailment has no relationship with the stock market.
I'm with her. That makes sense to me. Okay, last one. Cutting myself off.
You got a hormone deficiency. Those bathing beauties haven't raised your temperature in a month.
Is she gonna massage him? This is some kind of service.
She expects me to marry her. I'm not ready for marriage.
Every man's ready for marriage when the right girl comes along. Lisa Fremont is the right girl for any man with half a brain.
She's all right.
What'd you do, have a fight?
No, she's just not the girl for me.
She's only perfect.
She's too perfect. Can you imagine her traveling around the world with a camera bum if she was only ordinary?
You never gonna get married?
When I do, it's going to be to someone who thinks of life not just as a new dress and a lobster dinner.
He doesn't want an uptown girl.
There's an intelligent way to approach marriage.
Nothing has caused the human race so much trouble as intelligence.
I like her.
Read a lot of books, psychoanalyze each other till you can't tell the difference between a petting party and a civil service exam. When I married Miles, we were both a couple of maladjusted misfits. We are still maladjusted misfits, and we have loved every minute of it.
Well, that's fine, Stella. Now, would you fix me a sandwich, please?
New neighbors. Aww, so romantic. He better not propose to Lisa. Is that his girlfriend's name? If that's the way he's talking and thinking about her.
Window shopper.
This would be so entertaining though, actually, just to see everyone through their windows. Ultimate people watching. Is that Grace Kelly?
How's your leg?
Hurts a little.
And do you love life?
Not too active.
She is very beautiful.
Who are you?
Reading from top to bottom. Lisa. Carol.
And glamorous.
Fremont.
Oh.
It's right off the Paris plane. A steal at $1,100.
$1,100? They ought to list that dress on the stock exchange.
Back then, that's like, that is, I guess, designer dresses.
What would you think of starting off with dinner at 21?
You have perhaps an ambulance downstairs?
Better than that. 21.
That's actually very sweet. She is perfect.
I can't think of anything more boring than what you've been through. And the last week must be the hardest.
Yeah, I want to get this thing off and get moving.
But I'm going to make this a week you'll never forget.
He seems like an adventurous soul.
Good night.
Does she want that?
What a day I've had. Oh, I was all morning in a sales meeting, and then I had to go to 21 and have lunch with the Harper's Bazaar people.
Harper's Bazaar.
Then I had to have a cocktail with Leland and Slim Haywood, and then I had to dash back and change.
Now, what was Mrs. Hayward wearing?
Oh, she looked wonderfully
She
cool.
did.
She had on the most divine Italian
Oh,
Mussolini
Italian.
Oh, you may want to open up a studio of your own here.
How would I run it from, say, Pakistan?
Isn't it time you came home?
You mean leave the magazine?
Yes. I could get you a dozen assignments tomorrow. Fashions, portraits.
He doesn't want those.
But I could see you looking very successful in a dark blue flannel suit.
Now, let's stop talking nonsense, shall we?
Maybe he's right. Sounds like they want different lives. Is she practicing? Who? What? Pretending? That's sad. Oh, did her husband die or
Miss
something?
Lonely Heart. At least that's something you'll never have to worry about.
You can see my apartment from here.
Not exactly. We have a little apartment here that's probably about as popular as yours. Miss Torso, the ballet dancer.
Ballet dancer. She looks like a Barbie.
She picked the most prosperous looking one.
She's not in love with him, or any of them.
How can you tell that from here?
You said it resembled my apartment, didn't you?
Oh, and this is the nagging wife. Was he trying to be nice and bring her flowers and she threw it away? What's those?
Where's that wonderful music coming from?
Some songwriter over there in the studio apartment. He lives alone. Probably had a very unhappy marriage.
His eyes.
It's almost as if it were being written especially for us.
No wonder he's having so much trouble with it.
At least you can't say the dinner isn't right.
It's perfect, as always.
He says that like it's a bad thing. She tried so hard to make this special for them.
What's so different about it here from over there?
Now, if you just let me
What is
explain
it but
to you.
traveling from one place to another taking pictures?
Now, let me give you my
It's
side.
ridiculous to say that it can only be done by anointed people.
Well, I can back it up if you just shut up for a minute.
Oh,
If your opinion is as rude as your manner, I don't think I care to hear it.
Simmer down.
According to you, people should be born, live, and die on the same spot.
Shut up!
oh! I mean, she is interrupting him, but
Did you ever try to keep warm on a C-54 at 15,000 feet?
Oh, I
he's
do
trying
it all
to
the
scare her
time.
off.
Never have a few minutes after lunch.
Did you ever get shot at? Those high heels, they'll be great in the jungle. And those 6-ounce lingerie.
3.
They'll make a big hit in Finland just before you freeze to death.
If there's one thing I know, it's how to wear the proper clothes.
You carry one suitcase. You don't sleep very much. You bathe less. Sometimes the food that you eat, you couldn't even look at when they're alive.
You don't have to be deliberately repulsive.
Well, I'm just trying to make it sound good. You're not meant for that kind of a life.
So that's it. You won't stay here, and I can't go with you.
It would be the wrong thing.
So that's it?
I'm in love with you. I don't care what you do for a living. I'd just like to be part of it somehow. The only way I can be part of it is to take out a subscription to your magazine. I guess I'm not the girl I thought I was. Goodbye, Jeff.
Oh.
You mean good night?
I mean what I said.
Couldn't we just, keep things status quo?
Without any future.
Well, when am I going to see you again?
You're not, mister.
Not for a long time. At least not until tomorrow night.
He can't ask that of her. He loves his job too much. Not enough room in his heart for a woman to love. All right, neighbors, what do we got going on? He has to sleep in that chair? His alarm clock tied onto the... That was the guy that was doing the roses earlier. That is suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Oh, can't he go into a bed? These people are night owls. It's like 3 in the morning right now. He comes out with another briefcase. I'm guessing that's part of the suspense story because so far, not suspenseful. She's up and at him.
Oh, that's it. That's a stiff one right there.
Be much happier if you'd sleep in bed at night instead of in that wheelchair. Must have been watching out that window for hours. What are you going to do if one of them catches you?
Depends which one. Miss Torso, for example.
You keep your mind off her.
She knows the neighbors too.
Poor Miss Lonely Heart drank herself to sleep again.
Poor soul. Maybe one day she'll find her happiness.
Some man will lose his.
Isn't there anybody in the neighborhood could cast an eye in her direction?
It might be that the salesman will be available soon.
Him and his wife splitting up?
He went out several times last night in the rain.
Wait, that was the one with the nagging wife that kept going out?
How about this morning?
Shades are all drawn.
In this heat? Well, they're up now.
Get back. Get outside.
So that is the guy with the nagging wife. Was he the same one who did the roses?
That's the kind of a look a man gives when he's afraid somebody might be watching him.
He's cleaning his briefcase.
Stella,
Is there TV?
take those binoculars out of the case and bring them here, will you?
Glad when they crack that cast and I can get out of here.
No sandwich today, Stella? Oh, he's got his binocs. Don't let anybody see you with those. Ah! His camera. Extra zoom. I love that he's so invested already. That was like a machete. Where's the ballerina? I like her and the sleeping balcony people.
How far does a girl have to go before you notice her?
If she's pretty enough, she doesn't have to go anywhere.
She came back.
Pay attention to me.
I'm not exactly on the other side of the room.
Your mind is. When I want a man, I want all of you.
Oh, she needed to have more resolve.
Why would a man leave his apartment 3 times on a rainy night and come back 3 times?
He likes the way his wife welcomes him
No,
home.
no, not this salesman's wife.
She's trying to get frisky and he's like, okay, so let's get to the bottom of this.
There's something terribly wrong.
And that's over.
That'd be a terrible job to tackle. Just how would you start to cut up a human body?
You're beginning to scare.
He's coming back.
Now he's got a rope? And where's his wife? Oh, she's gonna be officially freaked out now that he's pulled out the binoculars.
If you don't stop it, I'm getting out of here.
I just want to find out what's the matter with the salesman's wife, that's all. I've seen it through that window. Knives and saws and ropes, and now since last evening, not a sign of the wife.
And the scream.
A murderer would never parade his crime in front of an open window. There's probably something a lot more sinister going on behind those windows.
Why? No comment.
Who's behind those windows? What is it?
Let's start from the beginning again, Jeff. Tell me everything you saw.
She's into it.
Yeah?
The name on the mailbox reads Lars Thorwald.
Maybe this adventure is gonna bring them together.
What's he doing now?
Just sitting in the living room.
The wife is gone. The mattress was rolled up. He's smoking in the dark.
Okay, Dawson. Go ahead. As soon as you can. I'll tell you what a welcome sight this is. Huh? No wonder your husband still loves you.
You called the police.
Old friend of mine.
Now she's gonna get hooked into the story.
Just where do you suppose he cut her up? The bathtub. The only place where he could have washed away the blood.
She's happy and confident. The newlyweds.
Look, Mr. Jeffries.
What do we think's in the trunk? He's already moved her body out in the briefcase, no?
I thought Doyle would be here by the time the trunk left, or I'd called the police. Now we're gonna lose it. Look.
Gonna get the name off that freight truck.
She's in on it now. I saw it. Freight lines.
I admit it all has a mysterious sound.
Well, don't tell me he's an unemployed magician amusing the neighborhood with his sleight of hand.
It's too obvious and stupid a way to commit murder. In full view of 50 windows, then sit over there smoking a cigar waiting for the police to come and pick him up?
He makes a good point, too.
Well, Jeff,
He's
better
not
run
buying
along.
it.
Let me poke into it a little on my own. You, had any headaches lately?
Not until you showed up.
It'll wear off.
He does have some cabin fever, I think.
Get along. She never left the apartment.
Where is she?
Till
The
yesterday
icebox?
morning,
What time?
6 a.m.
I think it's about the time I fell asleep.
I remember. It was like the lady in the hat. They were leaving.
How's your wife?
Oh, she's fine.
Who said they left then?
The building superintendent and 2 tenants. Thorwell told him that he'd put his wife on a train to the country.
Well, what good's his information?
But this all started because you said she was murdered.
Are you interested in solving this case or in making me look foolish?
Possible both.
Well, then do a good job of it. Go over there and search Thorwald's apartment.
He's got a unique voice. He looks like a young Mr. Rogers to me.
What do you need before you can search? Bloody footsteps leading up to the door?
Did we ever stand each other in that plane for 3 years during the war? Guess I'll go to the railroad station, check on Thorwald's story.
Forget about the story. Find the trunk. Mrs. Thorwald's in it.
Oh, I almost forgot. Postcard in Thorwald's mailbox. Arrived okay. Already feeling better. Love, Emma.
This is curious, though. How would the postcard have already gotten there? Oh. Another dinner party for one? Oh, she's going out. That's good. Get out there. Oh, the songwriter and glamorous ladies. This is the ultimate people watching. He's got an angry face.
Hello, Miss Doyle. Is Tom come in yet?
Not yet, Chair.
Have him get over here as soon as he can. It looks like Thorwald's pulling out tonight. And Thorwald's a man, Tess. Don't worry.
Good night, you idiot.
He's packing.
Hello.
Oh,
What'd you do to your
she's so
hair?
beautiful.
Well, I just sort of...
Take a look at Thorwald. He's getting ready to pull out for good. He's been laying out all his things on one of the beds. He had his wife's jewelry in the handbag. Asked somebody's advice over the telephone.
Someone not his wife.
Well, I never saw him ask her for advice. She volunteered plenty, but I never saw him ask her for any.
He is cracking me up.
Suppose he doesn't come back again.
His things are still there.
Yeah, he didn't take his suitcase.
Doesn't make sense to him. Women aren't that unpredictable.
Well, I can't guess what you're thinking.
A woman has a favorite handbag, and it always hangs on her bedpost where she can get at it easily. And that jewelry. Women don't keep their jewelry in a purse getting all tangled up, and they don't leave it behind either.
Well, I'm with you, sweetie. I'm with you.
That couldn't have been Mrs. Thorwald.
Well, what about the witnesses?
Why?
They saw a woman, but she was not Mrs. Thorwald.
How?
Not yet.
Tell us your theory.
I'd like to see your friend's face when we tell him.
I sure wish you'd show up.
We have all night.
We have all what?
I'm going to stay with you. Have the whole weekend off.
I just have one bed. I won't be able to give you any pajamas.
You said I'll have to live out of one suitcase.
This is a suitcase? Oh.
I'll trade you my feminine intuition for a bed for the night.
I like her. I really like her. I want to marry her.
There's that song again. It's utterly beautiful. Wish I could be creative.
You have a great talent for creating difficult situations.
I do.
Sure.
You're not up on your private eye literature. When they're in trouble, it's always their girl Friday who gets them out of it.
But he never ends up marrying her, does he? That's strange.
Why don't I slip into something more comfortable, like the kitchen, and make us some coffee?
We need more clues. Is that pretty risque for this time? His girlfriend spending the night?
I'm just warming some brandy.
How do you do?
We think Thorwald's guilty.
I see, thank you.
Coffee will be ready soon.
It was not Mrs. Thorwald that left with him yesterday morning.
Women don't leave their jewelry behind when they go on a trip.
Oh, I see. That's how she knows. I thought there was another secret.
Lars Thorwald is no more a murderer than I am. That's a secret private world you're looking into out there. People doing a lot of things in private they couldn't possibly explain in public.
Like disposing of their wives.
What about the knife and the saw?
Did you ever own a saw? How many people did you cut up with it?
He knows something. The phone call.
That feminine intuition stuff, it sells magazines, but in real life, it's still a fairy tale.
Oh.
I don't know how many wasted years I've spent tracking down leads based on female intuition.
Okay. I don't like him that much.
If she wasn't coming back, why didn't he tell his landlord?
Do you tell your landlord everything?
Do you have to tell your landlord if your girlfriend's sleeping over?
If you need any more help, consult the yellow pages.
Oh, I love funny exit lines.
The police at Marriottsville, they reported the trunk was just picked up by Mrs. Anna Thorwald. Don't stay up too late.
He likes to leave those little tidbits when he's walking out the door, doesn't he?
Look.
Oh, he doesn't have to pretend.
He's kind of young, isn't he?
He is kind of young. He wanted one thing.
I wonder if it's ethical to watch a man, even if you prove that he didn't commit a crime.
You and me with long faces, plunged into despair because we find out a man didn't kill his wife. Whatever happened to that old saying, love thy neighbor?
They were sad.
I'll begin with Miss Torso.
Not if I have to move into an apartment across the way, do the dance of the seven veils every hour. Show's over for tonight. Preview of coming attractions.
Stella was right. Lisa, he should put a ring on it.
Do you like it?
Something's happened to the girl. She's been strangled. Her neck is broken.
Which one of you did it?
Someone killed the dog?
Let's go inside.
Dog was digging where he wasn't supposed to.
Doyle almost had me convinced I was wrong.
But you're not.
Look, in the whole courtyard, only one person didn't come to the window.
He's in there.
Why would Thorwald want to kill a little dog?
Because he's a psychopath.
He's washing down the bathroom walls.
Must have splattered a lot.
In the bathtub.
That's what we're all thinking.
I think I know why Thorwald killed that dog.
The dog was digging. Dogs dig for bones.
Now, since when do flowers grow shorter in 2 weeks?
There's something buried there.
Maybe it's a knife and saw.
Call Lieutenant Doyle.
No, let's wait. Let's wait till it gets a little darker, and I'll go over there and dig them up.
You'll go. You won't dig anything up. I'm not going to call Doyle until I can produce Mrs. Thorwald's body.
He needs evidence. Oh, I like it. Freak him out. What's she gonna do? Run, 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 run. Oh. Take pictures.
Look out, Lisa. He's coming.
She's good. What do you think of her now, Jeff?
All right if I have a drink?
Sure, go ahead.
Gang's all here. We're solving a murder. I feel like I'm in on this. I feel like I'm one of them. They're taking me along for the ride.
What was his reaction?
It wasn't the kind of an expression that would get him a quick loan at the bank.
Jeff, the handbag.
Wait,
Suppose Mrs. Thorwald's wedding ring is in that handbag.
The last thing she would leave behind would be a wedding ring.
I'm worried about Lonely Hearts.
Let's go down and find out what's buried in the garden.
I've always wanted to meet Mrs. Thorwald.
What are you two talking
got a shovel?
about?
What are you two crazy?
If you're squeamish, just don't look.
She's gotta wait until he leaves. Then they can dig.
Maybe I can get him out of that apartment.
We only need a few minutes.
Hello?
Did you get my note?
Who are you?
Meet me in the bar at the Albert Hotel
Why should I?
to settle the estate of your late wife.
Ah.
Come on, Stella, let's go.
If I see him coming back, I'll signal with a flash bulb.
My heart's beating fast. This is exciting. That's a pretty good plan, actually. He's gotta warn him. Oh, they've got a shovel. They're doing it. What if anyone's watching them? Don't be suspicious. Okay. Keep watch.
I'm a friend of Mr. Doyle. If he calls in, would you have him get in touch with L.B. Jeffers right away?
Watch the street.
Lisa, what are you...
Oh.
Lisa, what are you doing? Don't go...
You gotta keep watch, though. It's gone.
She said, ring Thorwald's phone the second you see him come back.
Oh, that's smart.
Miss Lonely Hearts. Oh, call the police.
She's gonna try and kill herself?
The music stopped her.
Thorwald!
What? Lisa! Lisa!
Precinct 6.
A man is assaulting a woman at 125 West 9th Street.
Oh no, he knows. Where is Lisa?
Oh,
Take pictures! Evidence!
oh no. What?
Do something! What do you do?
Here they come.
Hurry! Oh no. They're in trouble.
Get my billfold out of the drawer.
What do you need money for?
I'm gonna bail Lisa out of jail.
Wait, she's going to jail?
Doyle, Lisa's in jail.
Your Lisa?
My Lisa. Boy, you should have seen her. She got into Thorwald's apartment. She came out with evidence.
Oh my gosh.
Like Mrs. Thorwald's wedding ring. He killed a dog last night because he had something buried in that garden.
Oh my gosh.
Said all those trips at night with that metal suitcase. If he called his wife on the day she left, why did she write a card to him saying that she'd arrived?
For his alibi.
Now hurry up, will you? This fella knows he's being watched.
Jeff's gotten himself in some trouble. He knows who he is. He saw him. Find a weapon. But what if she wasn't wearing her wedding ring because they got divorced and she went off to her family? I mean, not divorced, but like they got in a fight. It's over. Come on, you're only like 3 days away from being out of the cast. Oh my gosh, he's so defenseless. What's he gonna do with that? Is he for real right now? They both see each other?
What do you want from me? Your friend could have turned me in. Why didn't she? I don't have any money. Say something.
Oh.
Can you get me that ring back?
The police have it by now.
Oh my gosh. Is he trying to throw him out the window? Oh my gosh! Hurry!
Get my medical bag from upstairs.
Funny thing had happened to you.
Shut up, I'm all right.
Gee, I'm proud of you. You done enough for a search warrant now?
Thorwald's ready to take us on a tour of the East River.
You saying it was buried in the flower bed?
Yeah, it's in a hat box over in his apartment.
Want to look?
I don't want any part of it.
What? He confessed that fast?
This is the first release.
I can't tell you what this music has meant to me.
That saved her life. That music saved her life. So who was the woman that left?
The Army's made me hungry. What do you got in your Xbox to eat?
He's still in his wheelchair? Wait, I need to know. Okay, I gotta figure this out on my own. Who was the woman that left with him and the people saw? Who wrote the letter? He wrote that himself? What was in the flower bed? Where was he taking it in the rain? Okay. So many thoughts. I don't know if I just missed stuff and I'm not picking up on stuff, or if it's supposed to be kind of ambiguous, because I have so many questions still. From what I've gathered and thought about, he killed his invalid wife, chopped her up in the bathtub. He was cleaning the bathroom, brought her out in pieces. I don't know if the ring was in the flower pot or just part of her. Like he put a little part of her body in there. And then the dog was digging it, so he killed the dog. The woman, did he have a mistress? But then how come there's witnesses that say the woman picked it up and was his mistress in on the murder? I have to go read all about this because right now I'm feeling a little dumb. And here's the other thing. I feel like he confessed like 6 seconds after Jeff fell off the balcony. Like why? Why did he just like, yeah, I threw a body in the river and then I killed the dog because he was getting too close. Like, I feel like, I don't know. Maybe they said, tell us now and he can help you out. I don't know. I'm speculating. Okay, let's just talk about the movie. First of all, I'm in love with Grace Kelly. Like, she's beautiful and glamorous, and holy crap, how did I not know her face? And I loved that at the beginning he's like, you're too uppity to like live my lifestyle and you're not adventurous in your heels. And the next thing you know, she's scaling buildings in those heels and being way more ballsy than he was gonna be. I love that. It like showed that like she could hang, but then also at the end, she's like, and I still enjoy my magazine, fashion magazine, because that's fine too. And I love that it just like really brought them together and they had this adventure together. I was hoping at the very end she would be wearing a wedding ring when she was reading her magazine, but I still think he'll propose. It was like the movie Disturbia. I feel like Disturbia just copied this. It's like the same thing. He was stuck in his house, his girlfriend, the neighbor, these clues that no one else would have noticed except if someone is looking. It's also so weird to think about if someone was unknowingly watching you and the things, like they said in the movie, the things that we do on the inside that we would never do outside. It's so weird to think about the assumptions people would make about me if they were watching me through the window with, you know. I thought it was super suspenseful. I love like the piecing together of the crime, even though I still feel like I didn't piece it together all the way. And I loved their blooming romance, especially Lisa's like arc. 2 hours went by like that. It was so fun, so good, so intense. I'm so glad I watched that. Thank you for picking that for me, YouTube. Thank you for watching along with me. Have a wonderful night, and I'll see you again soon.